my name is Madison. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about side hustles as a college student. College is expensive. You have all this freedom now that you're living in the residence halls or an apartment. And it's fun to try to make some money on the side. Now, the thing is, side hustles are so great because a lot of them don't require a huge time commitment or a weekly commitment, where some jobs, having like an on or off campus job, whether it's part-time, full-time, something like that, can be really difficult to manage during the school year. With classes, maybe you have exams at odd times. Some of my classes I know had exams every like fourth Wednesday at like 6:30 to 9 p.m. or something like that. Random things come up. It's really hard to manage sometimes having a super stressful time commitment type job, where these side hustles, like I said, are just a great way to make some money on the side, and honestly can pay really well. So let's get started. The first one I'm going to talk about today are university studies. Now, I remember when I toured the University of Kentucky many years ago, I first heard about this from my tour guide. She told me that she got paid $100 to sleep in the psychology building while they watched her sleep, or not watched her sleep, that sounds creepy, but something with her sleep and psychology and stuff like that, and getting a better night's sleep. She got paid $100 for. Pretty sick. These university studies, like I said, can pay really well and are honestly all in your own time, which is so nice. I have done plenty of these and I've made so much money. It's honestly insane. The best way to get involved with these is, I would say, like, Google CU Boulder psychology studies, something like that. You could go onto your university page and just look for flyers in all the different buildings. I have done some with the aerospace department, and it was like on astronaut training, which was really cool. And I got like a $15 Amazon gift card for like 30 minutes of my time. I have done so many with the psychology department. I did one last year during summer with COVID, and I had an app on my phone. I took a 2-minute survey 3 times a day. Every time I did the survey, I got $1 for 2 minutes. It was awesome. And then every like 2 weeks or something like that, I did a 75-minute survey where I got $50, which was pretty good. So at the end of like 3 months, I made like close to $600, which was absolutely insane, literally, for doing daily 2-minute surveys. And then surveys every once in a while on things like my emotions, how I slept, how I was feeling, how COVID was impacting me, things like that. And it was really interesting, honestly, to kind of see the results of that, reflect on myself from that, and then of course make some pretty easy money that somebody was actually going to get a lot of use out of, which was really cool. Like I said, these can be super convenient. There's not much time commitment because of course, if the times don't work out for you, just don't sign up for it. CU literally has tons of these all the time. My boyfriend did one a few weeks ago, and he got a $40 Amazon gift card for like an hour and a half of his time, and it was doing something with robots, which was really cool. Stuff like that. This is a great way to make some money, again, all in your own time. If the time doesn't work out for you, you'll find another one. And it's pretty easy money, and you're actually doing something valuable because somebody's gonna learn a lot and it's gonna benefit the research. Another thing I want to highlight with this is that if your university doesn't offer this, look into other ones. I know I personally have done some surveys and work with the MIT Behavioral Research Institution, or lab, or something like that. I'm on their email list. I get emails every time they're looking for more people to do virtual or remote studies, whether it's like a Zoom call, I fill out a survey, something like that. Again, pays pretty well, and if your university doesn't offer these or doesn't do them super frequently, look into other ones, because some of them you can still do remote, and some of these larger universities like Carnegie Mellon, MIT, Harvard, like the bigger, more well-known universities, will make them public. You don't have to be a student for some of them, which is really cool, and you can still make some easy money and be a part of it. Another cool side hustle is being an RA. An RA is a resident assistant. They might be called different things at different universities, but basically as an RA, at least at CU Boulder, you get assigned like a hall that you kind of manage in like a residence hall. So it might be like a third of the floor you are assigned to. You might be dealing with things like noise complaints, underage people making bad decisions, or like dangerous decisions, just random things like that. Just kind of keeping everything in line, and also being there like as emotional support, and kind of as a mentor for some of these students. You know, the cool thing about this is you get free housing and dining for the year, or at least during the school year, which is really cool. You get to live in a single by yourself, which normally is about $9,000 at CU, and you get free food. You get a meal plan with swipes and campus cash or lunch money or whatever it is, all for free, which is really cool. Of course you're doing some work, but it's pretty chill, pretty relaxed. You're pretty much just there in case something happens. It seems like a pretty sweet, easy gig. Of course, I haven't done it myself, but I have had plenty of friends who do it, really enjoy it. It's a really nice, easy way to kind of not necessarily make some money, but limit your expenses on other things, which is really nice. This is kind of sad, but another thing that you can do is Uber Eats. And the reason I say this is sad is because this might be obvious to most people, but the town I grew up in doesn't have Uber Eats. It's so small. So this was like, oh my gosh, I can do Uber Eats now that I live in Boulder, and there's like, it actually exists. Like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, none of that exists in my like hometown. That's tiny. But this is again a great way to make some extra money all on your own time. If you want to hop on, say you're available to go pick up and deliver some orders for half an hour, or from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. literally whenever you want. Somebody's probably going to be buying food. You could probably go make some pretty sweet, easy money, maybe get some tips. And again, there's no commitment with this, which is really nice. If you want to do it for 2 days and quit, go for it. If you want to do this, like I said, at horrible hours of the night, you could literally do it from like midnight to 4 a.m. And there'd be no commitment, which is really nice. There's no boss, nobody telling you, hey, you're late, nobody's telling you, you know, you have to come into work when you weren't assigned to, something like that. Again, this is like a nice, easy way to make some money all on your own time, and can kind of help alleviate some stress of classes if you were to have a normal job that again might have that time commitment, that supervisor role, something like that, that can cause some stress within the workplace. I have had some friends who make $22, $23, $24 an hour, somewhere around there, delivering for Uber Eats, which is pretty sweet. That's literally insane. I kind of want to do that, but I also kind of don't want to put the miles on my car. And I also feel like I have enough jobs going on at the moment. But if you were, again, looking for something just super easy, convenient, whether you have a motorcycle, a car, something like that, this could be something to look into. Number 4 now, y'all. Please take this with a grain of salt. I have said this before. Please do this safely, and that is get a credit card. If you're gonna get a credit card, don't go nuts. Don't get 10, get 1, maybe 2 after a long time. Keep your credit score in good health, pay everything on time. Don't buy things you don't have the money to pay for. But that being said, credit cards can honestly be like a pretty nice, easy way to make some money on top of things you're already doing. A lot of credit cards will have sign-on bonuses where they might give you $200 if you spend $1,000 in the next 5 months or something like that. I just got the American Express Blue Cash card, I think is what it's called, and I get $150 if I spend $2,000 in 6 months. Now, that is money I would normally be spending, so I may as well get a free $150 for it. On top of that, you can get back things like cash back on gas, groceries, stuff like that. My Discover student card that I've had for quite some time actually matches your cash back at the end of the first year. So if you get $100 in cash back throughout the course of the year, they'll give you another $100 at the end of the year, which is really cool. Please do this safely. I am no expert on finance stuff, but my boyfriend absolutely loves this stuff. He teaches me a lot. I'm very quite proud of my credit score for how young I am, and things like that. So please do this safely. I, again, am in no way an expert, but I feel like I've had some pretty good success with this so far, and I do know maybe a bit more about this than the average person, but please do not be stupid. Do not be applying for credit cards every single night. It looks really bad, can look really suspicious, and can just be really dangerous. This is how people get in downward spirals of credit card debt and stuff like that. That's not what we want. Please don't do that. But if you are going to do this safely and wisely, it can be a good way to make some easy money and get cash back in money or travel points, something like that, on purchases you're already making. Another cool way you can make some money is as a campus rep. This definitely depends on like how big your school is, what your school like might be known for, or like a niche of your school, something like that. But that being said, being a campus rep is a great way to make some money. If you don't know what a campus rep is, a lot of companies will actually pay students to be a representative for their company, for their brand on campus. This is kind of why I say what your school is like known for. Things like Kind Bars and LL Bean and those more like outdoorsy companies, we definitely have campus reps for. They pay students to be a representative for them on campus at CU, which is really cool. We also have campus reps for things like Bumble, Pink, stuff like that. This is, again, a really cool, easy way to kind of maybe make some money, get some free merch, meet some people. And if you're like a marketing or business major, this is a great thing to put on your resume too, which I think is really cool. I haven't ever actually gone through with the application, but I've looked into these quite a bit, and they're really, really cool. A lot of times it's normally on your own hours, which is really nice. Maybe you're managing the local Instagram page, or maybe setting up events, something like that. It can be really cool. Again, I don't know if all of them are paid. I don't want to assume all of them are. Some of them might just be compensation in the form of clothing, gift cards, stuff like that. But I have seen quite a few of them that are paid, either like a fixed or commission-based rate, and some that are hourly. There are some companies like Pearson and stuff like that, those more education-based companies that will also hire like student ambassadors, campus reps, those sorts of things that I've seen that pay an hourly wage, and you can typically find those things online. So if that is something you're interested in, especially, like I said, if you're a marketing major, this would be a great thing to put on your resume. Maybe Google this stuff, talk around, look around. Instagram would be a great place to check. I know we have like a Pink CU Boulder campus page. I've seen people walking around campus with big like wagons full of Kind Bars, giving them out with like little flyers. You could ask them if they're looking for anybody, but this seems like a cool little gig that, again, I've never been a part of, but I've definitely like looked into quite a bit and gotten really close to applying, but it looks really cool. And then last but not least, I didn't want to be too generic with this, but I did think it was something good to point out, and that is to be a tutor. Now, I think when most people think tutor, they think finding rich parents of high schoolers, something like that, where you would be needing to find a way to commute to their house, needing to make this connection with a family, something like that, which I think is really cool in itself too. But tutoring can be so much more simple than that, and it can also be a really great way to make some pretty easy, pretty convenient money in the sense of the time commitment, the workload, the stress, stuff like that. So what I mean by that is most universities have a built-in tutor program. CU Boulder has what's called ASAP Tutoring, and at ASAP Tutoring, every single first-year student and everybody living in the residence halls gets free tutoring, which is really cool. You just have to sign up, connect with a tutor. Some tutors, you know, you could do bi-weekly sessions where you're meeting once, maybe multiple times a week. You could do just like a random one-time session before an exam to go over something, and it's all free, which is really cool. This means that you have a much bigger market for students looking for tutoring, but you're still getting paid. So even though it's free to the students, the tutors themselves still do get paid. And because people can do things like a one-time session, can do like a reschedule, maybe it's every month, every week, something like that, you can make your own hours. I have a ton of friends who are tutors for the ASAP tutoring program, and when a student requests their help, they can either accept, deny, or request to change it. So they can either say, yes, that time and place works for me, or maybe any chance we can push it back 30 minutes or something like that, which is really cool. So you have a lot more control over your own schedule. At least at CU Boulder, ASAP Tutoring also provides all the tutors with all of the resources. So whether you do remote tutoring sessions or you tutor in one of their, I think they have 3 or 4 like facilities around campus you can tutor in. They give you everything from like the whiteboard markers, the whiteboards, all the tools and resources and things like that you need, just to help make the whole process a whole lot more simple and a lot less stressful on you than it would be if you were trying to find a kid to tutor out, you know, maybe it's a high school or middle school student. You need to connect with the family, you need to find a way to get there because it's probably off campus. You need to go buy all the resources and the materials, stuff like that. They do all of that for you, which is really, really convenient. And because it is so accessible to so many students at CU Boulder, you get so many more opportunities to tutor kids and tutor different people in different subjects, which means, like I said, you have a lot more flexibility over your schedule, the location, what classes you want to teach, things like that. So if that is something you're interested in, I would definitely look into your university tutoring, because most big universities that I've seen have something along these lines. That was a lot. But thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know. I wish I had done more of this stuff during like my first year of college. A lot of this I have done during my second year last year. On the university studies, I got a lot more into credit cards. Like I said, do that safely, but it can be really, really helpful and can actually help boost your credit score if you are doing it safely and intentionally and putting thought and, I don't know, care into it. But either way, that is it for today's video. If you all enjoyed it, please don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe down below, and let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me in the future down in the comments. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Peace out. Bye.